What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. I got I got my guy Tunk here, Clayton, and my guy going to Jim. I almost forgot your name, Jim. I'm trying to check my volume and everything all at the same. But yeah, I got Jim, Clayton, and Tunk here, and we're gonna start off. We're gonna get into the NFL predictions and stuff like that. But I want to start off with these NBA trades, man, because it's been a lot going on with these NBA trades, players moving. I didn't think we was gonna get this much movement. You know what I mean? But because it was kind of quiet at first for a while, and all of a sudden, yeah, everybody was just
it seemed like it came down like to the last minute. You know, then teams got them deals done almost like right before the deadline. Like
yeah. So teams got stuff done, but some teams didn't do anything that surprised me too.
Yeah,
like who, Jim? Run it down. Like who?
Phoenix, man. They were shopping KD around, and they were trying to see what they could do, and they couldn't pull the trigger.
Well, you know, KD, he Knicks going back to
Golden State.
He said he want to go back there. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that Dallas was started inquiring real hard to try to get KD. After he said he didn't want to go back to Golden State, a lot of teams started pitching Phoenix, and Dallas was going hard. Really? And according to the NBA today, and that guy Sham, I can't say his last name, but according to him, you know that no, I'm sorry, not Dallas, Minnesota. I'm sorry, Minnesota. To unite him with Anthony Edwards. Yes, that was the team that went hard for KD at the end.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that, but I would have loved that, man.
I would have loved it too. Oh my goodness,
yeah.
Yep.
Now, one team that I was kind of like, I thought they would move off from him, but I guess they still won't stick it out, man. That was New Orleans with Zion. Was move off of him, but they sticking with him.
Yeah.
To my surprise, really. To my surprise.
Yeah.
Now, he's young, man. He's young, explosive.
Yeah, but I thought that. The way the trades went down, I thought they was gonna move off of him too, because I thought this was like ownership trying to show certain players around the league, you know, that they was displeased. Zion, I think, was fitting that in there. And you got Joel Embiid. Who else? What's the other guy? Ben Simmons. You know, people like that. You know, the ownership would want to, send these guys a message.
I think in the case of Zion, you just can't move on. You have to have something major coming back for him. So now you're talking about a marquee player getting traded.
Now, Clayton, you say that right? I go like, okay, if you're asking for a marquee player for him, and if I'm the team that might be inquiring about him, I'm like, well, nah, you ain't gonna get no marquee player from me. Because this is fifth year, and he, he had to prove to be able to be available as often. So maybe that's why they can't move off him too. Because what they want in return, they can't get.
Well, what about the way, like Charles Barkley said, most of the time, because he said this about the Luka trade, the Luka and the Anthony Davis trade. Most of the time, you don't get a superstar for a superstar. You'll get a superstar and some draft picks and some role players. You know.
Yeah, you really don't get a superstar for superstar. You really don't.
Yeah,
you really don't. I don't remember. Maybe y'all can chime in on that, but I don't remember it being like a superstar for superstar one-off trade.
Right.
One for one. Yeah,
but you get such a haul for a guy like that. So
you do.
They drafted Zion number one. They was gonna build around him and everything. So you might not get a marquee superstar, but you want a haul for this guy.
Right. That's right. You want future draft picks and all that stuff. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So now let's talk about, like, who do y'all think won this trade? Like who won the trade? What teams came out on top, you think?
Well, I like what you call them, though. Speaking of New Orleans, I like Toronto getting Ingram. I really like that for them.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. They moved Ingram. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Yep. But
what about you think De'Aaron Fox going to San Antonio?
That was my next one, Tom.
Yes.
Going to the Spurs.
I really don't see why Sacramento, you know what I mean, would move off him, I guess.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Wemby, man, them guys young, man. You pay him with Wemby, man. You know, you almost kind of set at those two positions for the next 8.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That's a great pickup for the Spurs.
That's a good fit.
Yeah, it's a great fit. But you know, the Kings got Zach LaVine back in return.
Hey, you know, he drafted him. Didn't the Sacramento draft Zach LaVine out of college?
I'm not sure.
This is the second stint there. This is second stint there. I think they drafted.
And he give you 24 a night. So, and that's what pretty much Fox was giving you, like 24 a night. So, that was like a 7-player, 3-team trade.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of ball. Yeah, they were the names.
Well, see, I can't keep track of all that stuff, man.
So, but listen, check it out. DeMar DeRozan, he's in Sacramento. When him and LaVine was in Chicago, they really didn't play off one another too well.
Right.
Play off one. So when they made the trade for that, I said, well, maybe they're gonna move DeRozan. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. I said, well, they bringing Zach in, maybe they're gonna move DeRozan because they didn't seem to mesh when they was together in Chicago. But you know what I'm saying?
So they have listed the teams that did the best. They got the Cavs, the Spurs, the Lakers, the Raptors, and the Warriors. Now, what do y'all think about? We spoke about the Warriors possibly getting Jimmy Butler anyway, right?
Yeah.
Now they got him. How y'all think Jimmy Butler gonna fit in with the Warriors?
Well, you know, he declined the 3-year deal, so he signed a 2-year.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he got the rest of this season and 3 more years on the contract. Jimmy Butler, what, 36?
Yeah, 35, I think. 35 or 36.
Okay, so you know what I mean? 3 more years. You talking about 30. I don't know how much he can help. You know what I mean? Golden State, I don't know. But they needed somebody, though. Golden State needed to go out there and get a wing player. You know what I mean? And particularly, they needed to go out and get somebody on the wing, you know what I mean, to help. You know what I mean? Score the ball. So I don't fault him for doing that. Yeah, I don't fault him for doing that.
I think he's good for I think he's good for the immediate future. Jimmy Butler is. Yeah. You know, I don't think they thinking long term when it comes to Jimmy Butler because of his age. You know. Yeah, so.
I think it's one of them scenarios when now, because I mean Steph is how old now? 30 what?
I thought 35 maybe.
36. Yeah, so they all moving into the latter part of their careers anyway. So I think that was a move to try to, compete now. But I don't know if that moves the needle for Golden State though.
Right.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think it do just because of the fact that it makes them more viable defensively, right? Because you know what you're going to get defensively from Butler. And you're going to get defense from Draymond, and then they have role players that play solid defense. So, and the offense always mainly came through Steph, and the way they run their offense. So I think because of their defense, I think it's going to make them more of a threat. What they like 11th?
Yeah, they're not even in playoff position. Right. They're not even in.
Yeah, they're not in.
They're not even in play-in position.
Right. Yeah, they like 11th, I think, in the West. So if
I'm gonna tell you this was shocking to me. I don't know about y'all. This was shocking in a sense, but this might help this team. That Kuzma going to Milwaukee.
Yes, indeed.
Kuzma going to Milwaukee.
Yes.
As a third scorer, man. So that might be able to, really compete with Boston now, man. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking to Mike about that. I mean, I got my thoughts on who the winners are, but Kuzma's got to think he won the lottery, man, getting out of Washington.
Getting out of DC.
Yeah. And poor Chris Middleton, man.
I know, but see, lately, you know, because he was a real intricate part of that championship run a few years ago. He was a real important piece of it, man. But he hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
Right.
And I think that was like, you know,
he went from 25 a night down to 15 a night.
15.
He was scoring that much. I ain't know he was averaging no 25, man. In them playoffs and stuff in the finals, I ain't know he was scoring like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm gonna tell you guys who had a great pickup on the low. Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They got that dude, DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That I thought that was a great. I thought that was a great move. And it gives them some size.
Yep.
And really, I think it sets him up to go head to head with Boston, because that's
right. Yeah.
That's you got to beat the champ.
Yep.
Right.
You got to beat the champ, and
you got to chase them. You know what I mean? I don't care what records say. Yeah, they're the champs. You got to chase them down. But who else was traded? I don't know if he came from
Well, Cleveland.
Go ahead,
this is what Cleveland got DeAndre Hunter. They gave up Karis LeVert, and they gave up George Niang for 3 second-round picks and 2 pick swaps. I don't know what the 2 pick swaps mean, but
they just swap draft picks.
Right.
Okay.
Like you get my number 2, I get yours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but so Karis LeVert, you know, I mean, he's a solid ball player. I'm not too familiar with the dude, George Niang. You know, but, they did come out. They made out big with the Hunter, DeAndre Hunter. Though.
You put 19 points a game in your lineup, but you already potent. You know.
Right. They had size where they needed it.
Because Cleveland long anyway on that front line, man. And that was like really I ain't gonna say Achilles heel, but that's where they really wasn't getting a lot of production from scoring wise.
Yeah,
that small forward position. So, but man, the dude ended up down DC too. What's the one that used to play for Boston, man? That one defensive player.
Yeah, my guy, Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart.
He with Milwaukee. Was he with Milwaukee?
Was he with Milwaukee?
Wasn't he at one point? Was he?
I don't know, but he's down in DC too.
I know he was at Memphis. I know he was at Memphis with the Grizzlies.
Okay. All right, maybe that's where he came from. That because he down DC too now. He ended up down DC.
Yeah, he down DC.
Okay.
But, so look, the Lakers got rid of Dalton Knecht and Cam Reddish.
Yeah, I was surprised they got rid of Knecht.
Me too.
I was shocked with that.
Me too, Clay.
Yeah.
Me too, man. Because you know, I was real surprised. I know they needed that big. And they needed that size, but I was surprised they gave up Knecht to do it. I was surprised at that.
So, do y'all know where Knecht went to though?
Yeah. Charlotte.
Yeah, the Hornets. Yup, the Hornets.
Wow. I don't like that place for him. I don't like him in Charlotte.
They were saying that Charlotte showed little interest in Zion, trying to get Zion down there with LaMelo.
Yeah.
But like you said, they probably didn't have the draft capital. Or the superstar to give up. You know what I mean? They probably had the draft capital or the superstar to give up. So
I thought that would have been a good fit if they could have make it happen. But you're right. They're not ready. They don't have the resources in the cupboard to deal out.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Now, as far as like the Mavericks go, right? Now they have the Mavericks down as getting the short end of this trade with the Lakers. I don't feel that way though.
I don't either. Not at all.
Now, what did you say? I was watching First Things First, and they were saying Dallas would have to win in the next 2 years to justify the trade. Now, what y'all think about that?
I agree with that.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, Kyrie is aging. Say that again.
Yeah, I think they're going high risk, high reward. That's my thoughts before that nugget that Tonk dropped on us earlier. But
I mean, and it's the same way with the Warriors. You know what I mean? Like the Warriors are also going high risk, high reward because of the age of Jimmy Butler. So Dallas, if they can, you know, win now with, you know, the pieces that they got, then that's a good move.
Now, are they capable? I mean, you know, considering everybody 100%, well, I ain't gonna be a big 100%, but you know, everybody healthy. Everybody healthy, you know what I mean, going into the postseason. Do you think Dallas, you know what I mean, if they're not the favorite, are they one of the favorites, you know what I'm saying, to come out of the West?
No, not this year. Because so here's one of my winners. At first, I was thinking the Lakers lost on that trade, but Luka hasn't even played a game yet. They're targeting him Monday night.
Right.
But something's got into LeBron, man. He is balling right now.
I made a video about that, and
I saw that, man. He's on fire. I don't know what's got him energized, but if with Luka, I don't know it's going to be an immediate chemistry because you got to build on those things. But I think they're doing stuff that gives them at least a shot, a puncher's chance in the playoffs. Now, at the end of the day, I still think OKC is going to walk out of the West.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the reason why LeBron is he more motivated now is I think that he heard the rumblings about, you know, like the league is not really pleased with like the ratings and the ticket sales and everything being down. So LeBron is the kind of player, and throughout his history has been he like can turn it on and turn it off. And so he's playing more inspired, more motivated now. But I think for LeBron, though, I think that it's probably I think it's a little bit too late, too little, too late. I don't know if they got enough on their team for them to be able to make a playoff push, honestly. Yeah, even if Luka come back. When Luka come back, I think it's gonna hurt their chemistry because they're gonna have a learning curve.
Yep.
And Dallas represented the West last year, and I know they lost Luka. He wasn't averaging 30, he probably averaging like 28. AD averaging 25. But now you're getting rebounds and you're getting blocked shots.
Defense, that's the thing.
Yeah, that defense. So
defense, man.
I'm not so. I think Dallas can make a.
Don't short that. You getting that experience too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. AD having a great season.
It's gonna be interesting, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting, but I wouldn't be surprised if they made a run. I wouldn't be surprised.
And then they added Max Christie. Not that he's averaging a whole lot, but I think that's a good pickup too. To add to them.
Don't forget you got Clay. You know Clay gonna give you some solid minutes.
Absolutely.
I just think OKC's they're young. They got. I mean. SGA is going to win the MVP. I think they're just rolling too hot right now. I don't think anybody's going to catch them.
I just wanted to carry over into the playoff. You know, sometimes teams you know what I'm saying? I wanted to carry over into the playoffs, man. And don't let the moment beat you big. You know what I'm saying? When them young guys get in there, don't let the moment beat you big for them. I just don't like you know, the narrative that's put out that Luka was traded for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis is like Clayton just said. Anthony Davis is a superstar in this league. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But they trying to say, "Oh, Luka, man, he was traded for," you know what I mean? Absolutely, like nobody. I don't really like that. I don't really like that narrative. Push. And if the reports are true that this dude got up to 275 pounds, man, if that's true, that's bad. Yeah. Man. He's a defensive lineman, man, at 270. You know what I'm saying? If he got up to that big, man, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, that is big. Yeah. So,
but see, this humbled him too. Don't think for 1 minute this didn't humble Luka, because Luka probably thought he was untouchable in Dallas. He could do what he want, say what he want. He was always cussing at the bench, all that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this absolutely humbled him. Absolutely.
Yeah, but if he's that egotistical, right? He got sent to LA. So how much humbling did it really do? You know what I mean? You got sent to LA.
How much what you say, Clay? How much
Humbling because he got sent to LA.
No, I'm not saying where he ended up. I'm just saying he never would believe that Dallas would say, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily say where he landed. You know what I mean?
But also sending him to LA is like a smack on the wrist.
That's
if you
it.
done with him, you done with him. You sending him to the Wizards. He over there with Marcus Smart. You know what I mean? He wearing a throwback West Unseld jersey. You know what I mean? So You know, so this was a smack on the wrist, like letting him know that we
just without. Go ahead, Clay. Go ahead.
And his lifestyle, being out in LA, that ain't gonna do nothing but keep feeding the beast in a sense.
I hope not.
La La Land.
Listen, they messed with his pocket first of all, right?
They did.
They say because his max now is going to be $117 million less than what it is in Dallas. They say he just bought a house for $15 million in Dallas as well, right?
Yeah.
They didn't consult him.
Yeah.
They didn't let him know.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So I agree with y'all saying, well, he sent them to LA, even though LA might not win this year.
Right.
You know, 10 years down the road, 6 years down the road, you know, LA gonna be in the mix.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, right here off the break, like, man, we're not even gonna tell you. Sometimes it's not that you trade them, it's how you do things. You know what I mean? They didn't even consult them, didn't let them know, man, this way we think about doing. It's like the respect part of it wasn't there. That's how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it'd be nice if it does. It'd be nice if he does humble himself to some degree. It'd be nice for him. It'd be a good thing for him.
There was a lot of narrative this week about how him getting into LA and learning from LeBron, because I mean, look, LeBron is in great shape
always.
The dude, you know, whatever we think about him as a Mount Rushmore guy, the dude is in great shape. And always has been. He's a gym rat, and so maybe some of that rubs off on Luka.
Yeah. Hope so. You be the team leader, man. Team leader got to be, you know what I'm saying, the most prepared. You know what I'm saying. The team leader has to take all that into it. It ain't just what you do on the court. It matters just as much as you do off the court. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's in Luka nature to work out and do all. I just don't think.
You know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate, man. And I think you're right, but that's unfortunate, man. You know
the game comes so easy for him. Yeah. He's been doing this since he was young. He's an all-star. He's an iconic guy. He's a franchise guy. The game comes so easy. When it comes easy, sometimes you forsake the work. You don't really feel like you need to work out. You need to get in shape.
I don't even really think he working out. I think as long as he managed his diet in a correct way, you know what I mean? And shed them pounds.
But that's what I'm saying. None of that has affected his game.
Oh yeah, it's affected his game.
Well,
he may not see it that way. This guy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
You're right.
That's the disadvantage of having a 25-year-old brain.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Part of it.
I'll turn 58 this year, and man, it's a lot of work to look this good.
Well, Jim, I turned 56, bro. It comes easy to me. I'm
with Jim, man. It's a lot of work. I'll be 58 myself.
I learned from my aunt who's black. Yeah. She said, "Black don't crack," and so what I learned is this pale don't fail.
I'm gonna tell you this. At the very least, him being with the Lakers for LeBron for another year or so, you know what I'm saying? He should at least learn. It should rub off to at least learn how to be a better leader. You know what I'm saying? And taking care of your body. You know what I mean? I think that should at least rub off a little bit. You know, we'll see though. But like you say, the game comes easy. When the game comes easy to people like that, man, you don't even like, man, I can roll out of bed and score 25. You know what I'm saying? Drink a couple beers. Remember one of the press conferences he asked for a beer and they told him no. You know what I'm saying? One of the press conferences after the game, this was in the playoffs. He wanted to be there, and the GM told him no. You know what I mean?
It's a video out too. Somebody took a beer out of his hand.
Okay.
It was an ex-player.
Maybe that's what it is then. Maybe that's what I'm talking about then.
He was drinking the beer. Dude came and took the beer out of his hand because they were celebrating a win. Took the beer out of his hand.
Okay. Yeah, I think that might be what I'm talking about. Almost like before the press conference, but
I had no knowledge. I didn't even see that. I didn't even know.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's online, Mike. It's viral too. Yeah, it's viral.
But you know that Allen Iverson didn't, he wasn't big on working out or anything like that either, so
he wasn't.
It's just some players like with those natural athletes like that, they just, like you said, roll out of bed.
Now even a player like Bubba Chuck, right? And he bring it every night, right?
Every night.
Do you think him? No, nobody's saying being like Kobe, because Kobe, that was like at a maniacal level. No one's saying that. But I'm just saying, you think like if Iverson would have worked out more and paid more attention, to his body and what he was putting in his body, would have made an even great career better?
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
It might have gave him a little bit more longevity. Because he relied so much on his athleticism. That was his real edge that he had. And you can see a person like that when they start aging, he start losing the step, that was going to affect his game. Maybe it would have gave him more of that longer.
That's right.
Well, that's the difference. That is the difference between like a natural athlete or somebody like a Kobe and a Mike, and then you have somebody like Allen Iverson, right?
Natural.
When you work, because Kobe, not only he perfected his game and stuff like that, but that mindset that comes with that work that you putting in there, and you learning, you enhancing your skills, not only your physical ability, but you enhancing your skills. Right. So if Allen Iverson, because me and you, we spoke about Antonio McDyess plenty of times, right? Antonio McDyess was a freak of nature, jump out the gym, an excellent athlete. But then once he got hurt, he didn't have that lift anymore. So he had to play basketball. He had to rely on not his physical ability, but his basketball skills. And so Allen Iverson, physically a beast, but basketball skill wise, like, he wasn't in the same ballpark with somebody like Kobe.
Right. And like Clayton said, even if he wouldn't have became a better player, he was just lasted longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he never had to address the issues of, hey, I put on 30 pounds. Right.
Yeah,
right.
And that's what Luka's got to deal with, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's true, man.
Luka and Zion, Zion is the same way. Zion have to address the fact that, just like what Charles Barkley did, he had that weight on him and stuff like that. So he had an extra burden to carry, because sometimes professional athletes, they can get away with eating, anything.
Right.
But they go to the gym and burn it off. But like some players don't have that luxury.
Right.
Have you guys seen Zion lately? You seen him now?
Yeah.
He's chiseled. He looks great. He looks great.
He's put in the work.
Is he playing though? Is he playing?
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah. He just did a crazy dunk over off a steal off John Morant. Went up, man, like to hit his head on the rim, 360. Him and John back and forth at each other.
Yeah. He told that. I saw that.
I hope that Zion, he got the physical ability, but I hope he learned how to play the game, though.
Yeah, and that's what and we all would, fair or not, when it comes to Zion, we always waiting for something to happen. We always waiting for him to land wrong and go out. We always wait for him to pull a hamstring, pull a quad. You know what I'm saying? We always waiting for that to happen, because the last 5 years, that's been his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's been missing a lot of games. They said Embiid, I think we touched on this one time before. They say Embiid in his career has missed, I think he played in like 460 games. He has missed 400.
Yeah.
He has missed for almost half of the games he missed. And they say he done made 120-some million just off the games he done missed.
Yeah.
And I say, now that's another one. That's another one, Clayton, where as though people would have been shocked, but not really. Like if Philly would have tried to trade him.
Right.
That's, you know what I mean? You shocked on one hand, and then on the other hand, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And let me go back. Zion, that was against Anthony Edwards, not Ja Morant.
Okay.
When they was going back and forth, it was the other night.
Man, that's right.
Yeah, it was the other night. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think he dropped 28 in like 27 minutes, something like that. Yeah, Zion, he looked good, man. Yep.
Yeah.
And maybe
he averaging 23 a game this year.
Maybe that's why
with damn near 8 boards. Yeah.
Maybe that's why New Orleans like, man, no, we gonna stick with
right. Let's stick with it. Yeah. Crazy.
So look, what's the guy named Dennis Schroeder? He is going to his 3rd team this season.
Yeah, where he's going? He's going to who was he going to?
He's supposed to be going with the Pistons now.
Yeah, Detroit.
So he was with the Jazz, then he went to the Warriors, and now he with the Pistons. Yeah, and people think that because of some comments that Dennis Schroeder made recently that he might be on his way out the league.
What did he say?
What were the comments?
At a press conference, he said that today's the NBA is like modern day slavery, right?
Oh, so
he might be getting his freedom soon.
Say less. Say less.
Yeah,
once you start bringing up those kind of controversial comments,
right? Yeah, be like, okay, you want to be free?
I didn't know it was him who said it. I read it, but I didn't know
that was him. So he might be, and that's the 3rd team this year. So they may not. The Pistons may not. They might just waive him.
I'm about to say, when stuff like that happens, and you know what I mean, you'll just get waived. You know what I'm saying? You'll just get waived. And
But and there's somebody. I'm surprised that the Suns didn't really make any deals either. Not anything really to speak of.
Well, Bradley, they was trying to move Bradley. Bradley got that no trade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
they definitely had stuff to trade.
Right.
If that blocker wasn't in the way, because I can actually foresee if Bradley didn't have that a Durant Beasley trade to somebody place would have got a whole haul.
Yeah, but see, the Wizards give Brad that no trade deal, man. I still don't understand that. They gave him that no trade deal. They came with him when he came to Phoenix because he okayed that trade to come to Phoenix.
Yeah.
And he's been hurt majority of the time, whatever.
Yeah.
But for that guy, man, because I forgot what he was trying to move him to, and he said Miami. They was trying to move him to Miami for Jimmy Butler, and he nixed it. He said no, because they was trying to move him for Jimmy Butler, and it would have went through, but he said no, he didn't want to go to Miami. Yeah, so they kind of like stuck with him until they find a trade partner that way he wanna move to.
How old is Bradley Beal is like up in age now though, right?
I don't know how old Brad is. I don't know.
At least be like in his early 30s, 32, 33.
In the early 30s, but I'm not sure exactly how old.
You think so?
Yeah, I was thinking, but I don't know, man. It's just KD not wanting to go back to Golden State. I understand it because I think him and Draymond are cool as long as it's not basketball. You know what I'm saying? I think off the court, they probably can get along fine. But on the court, I just don't think KD want to play with him.
Yeah. And the Golden State also did some other little things to slight him on the way out. You know what I mean?
You're right. And, KD might be like, well, just for the fact, don't come back now. You need me.
Right.
Because you started with Draymond with the whole beef. Now you coming back, you need me to come, you know what I'm saying, to help y'all out. No, I ain't going. So I don't blame KD for not wanting to go back.
Yeah. I was surprised they even asked, you know what I mean? They put that out there that they wanted him.
Me too. But I guess you had to try your hand, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know he felt slighted after that second chip during the parade because what the GM said. during the parade.
Hey, Clay, I don't remember what
He put the emphasis on Steph Curry. He's like, this is Steph, this is Steph team. And Steph tried to smooth it over, by acknowledging Durant and bringing it up. But yeah, the GM, he slighted. That video out on YouTube. He slighted KD in that celebration.
You know that GM gone, right? That GM gone now. What's the name is in that position?
Bob somebody, right? He's on TV now, right?
Right. Dunleavy is the GM now. Dunleavy Jr. He's the GM now. Yeah, he's the GM.
Okay.
So the word is that the Suns have kind of a toxic locker room.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Is that did KD bring that to the locker room, or is he just a casualty?
I think because of that dude, what's his Booker? I think Booker, because Booker just talks so much and he kind of an agitator. I think that's probably from Booker. And then KD, he's not the kind of leader who speaks up or puts his foot down. So, but I think that's Booker.
Yeah. From the outside looking in, I would agree. Yeah, from the outside.
Well, last week I was so pro KD and that he's not a problem and stuff. But then I've heard something 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I can't say if it's true or not, but coming from where it's coming from, I feel like there's some validity to it.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that KD is like, a lot of people don't mess with him like that because he smiles in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And then behind your back, he's doing little shit, like to really, you know what I mean, to cut your legs. Like they even believe that he might have sold Kyrie out in the New York, in the Nets situation.
In Brooklyn.
Yeah, and things of this nature. So, like I said, I don't know how true it is, but according to the source, it's like it characterized it as him being very immature and having a lot of feminine ways about him, without calling him the B word,
Yeah. So, but what is it like? Why are some of these basketball players today are you know what I mean, like that, the passive aggressive, or is coming out now because of social media? Like if Mike and Kobe was passive aggressive, or Magic and Bird, if they were passive aggressive, I guess it got kind of like swept under the rug. But now things come out faster.
Yeah, and it's magnified more. You know what I'm saying? It's magnified more, and everybody finding out about it 2 minutes after it take place. You know what I'm saying? People tweeting out and all that stuff, and the locker room stuff don't stay in the locker room anymore. You know, it's out for the world to see and discuss. But far as KD, I could see him being like, I'm above that, like a little bit like I'm aloof. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. I can play ball. And I can see what Clayton just said. Like, man, look, man, you know what I mean? You need to such him, that guy this, just that guy that. I can see. Yeah.
And also they attribute a lot of that to him just being a mama's boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of that per what I heard. Like I said, I don't know how true this stuff is, but I do believe where it's coming from to some degree.
But when you think about it, when you think about like past franchise ball players and past NBA stars, if you look at it, Kobe Bryant came from a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, 2-parent. Magic Johnson, 2-parent household.
Yeah.
And so now the guys who lead in the NBA, then you got LeBron James, single-parent household, KD, single-parent household. So it's a different mentality with those kind of.
But Steph has a great approach to the game.
Right.
He carries himself well, and he had both those parents.
Exactly. And his stability shows in that. You know what I mean? Like the fact that he stayed with one team. Steph is not like, he don't reject like authority and stuff like that. Whereas though the other guys,
that says a lot, man. You get a lot of guys that's nice and they the best player on the team. They're not coachable.
Right.
They're not coachable. You know what I mean? So I think
don't y'all feel like those guys that like the past superstars that came from 2-parent household, don't y'all think that most of those guys, even though they were great, that they were coachable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They wanted to be coached too.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They welcomed it. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Magic got to LA and rumor has it he got the first coach fired, but Magic still was he was receptive to Pat Riley's coaching and stuff like that. And he was receptive to
Paul Westphal.
He got him out of there, but he was receptive to Jerry Buss too, like the owner.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like whatever the program was. So
there was some really good leadership in that locker room too. I mean, Kareem set the tone.
Right.
Talk about a guy who was disciplined mentally and was very structured.
That's right.
That guy held court in that locker room.
Exactly. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And
he told Magic after that first time they celebrated, he hit the game-winning shot. Magic jumping all over him. He said, "Young man, we got 81 more games to play. What are you doing?" And so Magic told him.
I remember that story.
Magic told him, "But if you do that again 81 more times, I'm gonna jump on you 80-something more times, goddamn."
I remember that story. Yeah.
Kareem said, "Keep your composure, young man."
Switching sport, Ray Lewis told a story when Marvin Lewis was the defensive coordinator in Baltimore, and they was running a drill. And Marvin Lewis told them how to do the drill. Ray Lewis is Ray Lewis now. You know what I mean? Ray Lewis is Ray Lewis now, and he did it. And he'd say, Ray Lewis say, "Is that right?" And he said, "No, that's not right." He said, "All right, coach, I've run it again."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, "All right, coach, I'll run it again." See, his attitudes like that, man, that separate the greats, you know what I'm saying, from the very good.
And Ray Lewis is the exception to the rule. He raised by his mom. He was a mama's boy, but he was the exception, man.
Yeah.
He wanted to be coached.
And I'm gonna tell you an exact parallel. I don't want to get too far in the woods on this, but I'm gonna tell you an exact parallel. LeVar Arrington. Everybody know LeVar Arrington, superstar state.
Yep.
When he got drafted by DC, Marvin Lewis was the head coach down there.
I remember
that. And that dude came down there and bucked the system. This not going to work. This, that, this, that, and this. And Marvin Lewis, like, man, I didn't coach maybe one of the greatest, not maybe, I didn't coach one of the greatest linebackers ever. And you going to tell me it don't work? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? This ain't working for you? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. And he was kind of real when Marvin Lewis got the job in Cincinnati. Because Marvin Lewis was in DC now.
In DC. He left here and went there. Yeah.
He got the head coaching job in Cincinnati. They used to have this thing on ESPN. Y'all all remember called the Budweiser Hot Seat.
Okay.
They had LeVar Arrington on it, and they asked him, "What you think about Marvin Lewis getting the head coaching job at Cincinnati?" He was like, "Yeah, good luck." You know what I mean? Real smug, real, you know what I mean? Real put on and stuff like that, man. I was like, man, this dude didn't coach Ray Lewis, and you come in and nah, I ain't gonna work this, that, and this. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, they had another linebacker, Takeo Spikes, who also came in and did the same thing LeVar Arrington did, and he had that attitude too. I ain't know.
Wasn't Spikes in Cincinnati?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. When he was with Marvin Lewis, he also didn't, mount up to what the expectations.
That's why them guys are footnote. That's why them guys are footnote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So all right, we got the and the Bulls. Let me see who the Bulls got, because they saying that the Bulls really. Now it seems like
they got Zach Collins and Trey Jones and Kevin Herter in that De'Aaron Fox trade.
Oh, okay.
Zach Zane and all that. I know. Well, that's a 3-team deal then. San Antonio, Chicago, and Sacramento. Okay. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the Bulls really didn't do too much to improve. The Celtics really didn't make any big moves, though. Let me see. Celtics trade Springer to the Rockets. Some people are saying that the Celtics are pretenders, which really I don't understand. I don't understand how they can see the Celtics as pretenders, especially coming up a championship run. What'd you say, Tom?
I said, they didn't get they do last year before they won. And they still not. You know what I mean? And like Jim said earlier, until you beat them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Until you beat them. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Now, Houston didn't seem to make any big moves, but Houston looking good this year, though.
Yeah.
They was trying to move Trae Young from Atlanta. I don't know what stalled it.
Yeah, it was conversation around that. Yeah.
They was trying to move him, but I don't know what happened, why it didn't come to fruition or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like Trae Young, though, if you want to be in championship contention, do y'all think that Trae Young is like the kind of player that can get you over that hump, though?
Mm-hmm.
An undersized guard, an undersized basketball player, shoot first.
He's a liability on defense.
He can't be your one, Mike, but he can be a piece of a championship squad, I think.
Yeah.
He can't be your one on a championship.
But he's such a liability on defense, man.
Yeah.
Three and no D.
Yeah.
If y'all remember his best years, man, efficiency and things like that was under Nick McMillan.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm not gonna say he got Nick McMillan fired, but Nick McMillan was dismissed, man, prematurely down there in Atlanta, man.
Yeah. I think
behind it, but and you know that's the position that Nick McMillan played.
Mm-hmm.
He played point. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, and he was telling Trae, you can't be launching them shots like that, man. You got to get you're a point guard. You got to get other guys touches and things like that.
Right.
Trae, that might have been a couple of his most efficient years in the league, man. You know what I'm saying? And
because that's how you do it. You let that team, you open that up. Your team can help you score easily and efficiently. But you got to get them involved. You know what I'm saying? Move the defense, open things up for yourself. Yeah, man.
You got to get them that touches too.
Yeah, that's important.
For you. You know what I'm saying? You want to play for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you keep them guys engaged. But speaking of Nate Robinson just recently successful had a kidney transplant.
Oh,
congratulations to him.
On the list, man. I know he was on the list. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's wicked.
You know,
that's awesome.
A kidney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's what I think when we talk about guys who not really coachable, and then they they just fall short.
Yep.
And you know, and then so they hurt themselves in the long run, and they hurt the team. But I think a lot of that though comes from sometimes it comes from when you know that you got to meet certain numbers and certain quotas and stuff like that, then contract time come up. So if you sacrifice on the front end, on the back end, sometimes ownership and management will make you pay for that.
Yeah, they're usually when it's time to go through that new deal,
they'll let you know.
They take that into consideration.
Yeah,
you know.
Sure will. Oh man, you're scoring down 4 points a game. You know what I mean? You'll assist down, shoot you a game and stuff. No, we can't give you that contract. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And so and you talking to management and ownership, and you telling them why my scoring is down. You know, I mean, I can shoot more if y'all need me to shoot more, or if y'all want to win. You know, so it's like a double-edged sword when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah.
And a guy like what's the name eats his lunch, man. And I ain't even really no real big Brunson fan, but Brunson kills him, man.
Yeah. And so do the kid in Cleveland. Who's the guy? What's the guard in Cleveland name?
Is it Garland?
Garland. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But bigger. Brunson like his size. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? But Brunson like his size, man. And gives him that work, man.
Mm-hmm.
Brunson a workhorse.
He is.
Yeah.
Brunson a workhorse, son.
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna ask you this, right? We're on the Knicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is Carl Anthony Towns, has he surprised you, Mike? Has he surprised you how he played?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. He has surprised me, right? I ain't see him. I didn't see him being able to adjust this game. You know what I mean? Because he played his style of basketball for so long. Now Thibodeau? I'm not gonna give Thibodeau all the credit because Thibodeau did coach him when they was together before.
Yeah, Minnesota.
they was together before, but yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with
Me
the way
too.
that
Me too.
Carl Anthony is
Mhm.
playing over there. Yeah. So,
What you think, Clay? What you think?
You already know. You already know how I feel about it. You know, when they traded, I'm like, they getting some points now.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
That's
And
what they need, and
that's what they needed, man. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And he
And
been rebounding more than I thought he
yeah,
would.
he damn near averaging 14 points a game.
Yeah,
that's
see,
what surprised me. The rebounds more. Now
Yeah,
I know he was going to score, but rebounding.
yeah,
he had a
Yeah.
2020 game not too long ago, like 23 points, 20 rebounds not too
yeah.
long ago. Yeah.
So you know, New York is a different mentality, and that city is different.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that environment can bring shit out you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like, oh, I got to put on my hard hat. I got to go to work. Then you got Brunson out there going to work. And, you know, it's that mentality and the coach's mentality, defense, run, you know. So, hey,
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying they're going to win the East or anything, but.
Right. I think Tibbs going to hold them accountable too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He going to hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying? He not going to let them off the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't going to let them off the hook. And then on the other side, what's the name hurt? What's the man? The dude he got traded for? That's in Minnesota now. He hurt.
Ooh.
What's his name? Mike.
Oh yeah, Randall.
Yeah. He hurt.
Julius Randall. Wow.
Yep, Julius Randall. Yep, he hurt.
Oh
Hey,
wow.
and the Knicks, what, number 3 in the East?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I know they get it. I know. Like you say, playoff start. They get home court first round. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch out. But I still think the Bucks adding Kuzma, another score or whatever. Watch out for them.
No, man.
And back in the mix.
I know, man. You got to. You got it.
Kuzma is younger than Middleton, right? Wasn't Kuzma?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you get a younger, more athletic ball player.
And see, that's his role too. You know, he's not a number 1 or number 2. I'm talking about Kuzma. So you and he your number 3. That fits what you need him to do, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's good. Yeah, your number 3, somebody like Kuzma. I think that's a good spot for him to be your number 3.
It really is. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So man, let's jump to the NFL, man, guys, if y'all don't mind, man, because I want to talk about this MVP thing, man.
All right.
I want to talk about this MVP thing, Mr. Clay. I want to talk about this, man. I got something to say around here about this, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing I'm saying, man, is that I don't mind Josh Allen winning. I don't mind it. The thing I'm saying is, man, it's just a quarterback award now. It's just a quarterback award now, man. So, I mean, call it what it is. It's just a quarterback award now. Because you figure if Lamar don't get it, Saquon has to be, you know what I mean, the one that would get it. You know what I mean? And not Josh. Because, you know, Lamar was first team all NFL quarterback. They say it's the first time it's ever happened. The first team all NFL quarterback didn't win didn't win the MVP.
It happened before.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it happened before. It happened before. Okay, but go ahead.
No, but I'm just saying. So if you said, well, Lamar first team all NFL, but he didn't win the MVP, it went to Saquon. Like, all right, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you say Lamar the best quarterback in the league, but he don't win MVP. That goes to the second best.
Here's how screwed up this whole AP thing is. So we've been talking about it for a month at least, right? who's gonna get it and why and you know it is what it is. But you got guys like Dan Orlovsky who voted for Josh Allen as MVP and turns around and votes Lamar QB, best QB.
Right.
Make it make sense.
Right. See, them guys need to. I don't know if they do it. They did it all the time, or I just wasn't aware of it. They got to start making them votes public.
Right.
They say,
like that too.
man, this guy was like a journeyman quarterback. I don't even know his name.
Who? Dan Orlovsky?
No, not Dan. Just another guy. I never even heard of Mike. He had like 31 career touchdowns, 36 career interceptions. This dude voted Lamar number 4.
Yeah.
He voted him number 4 in the MVP. Right?
Yeah.
Number 4. And I'm like, man, you got guys like that affecting that type of award year in, year out, man. You know what I'm saying? Make they vote public, man, and call them out on that nonsense, man. Just like you say, Dan Lott. You know what I mean? Call them out on that, man.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Like, I thought Dan, I thought he explained himself well, but some of it got convoluted because guys started talking over him and started spinning and putting their own thing on it.
Right.
The Pro Bowl is more in line with who's having the best year, who's having the best statistical year.
Mm-hmm.
The valuable player is something different. And I like what he said. It's like who you playing with, who you're playing against, and things of this nature. And I've said it all year. If everybody want to talk about it, they should have been talking about it last year because Lamar was not the best quarterback and had the best numbers last year. But they gave him most valuable, the Ravens winning record, who they was playing against, who he was playing with, these types of things, right?
1 seed in the AFC last year.
And it was the 1 seed. He had an average year to me, in my opinion. This year, Josh didn't have an average year. And he had nobody. So you talking about beating the Lions, who was number 1 at the time in the conference, beating the Chiefs, who was number 1 at the time in the conference, and he had 1 Pro Bowl on his team. That's it. So he's more valuable to that team because all their wins went through him. When you look at Lamar, he had better receivers. He had Derrick Henry. They didn't have a better record. He had a better defense, like all these things. So yes, these things helped Lamar have a sensational season, one for the ages. But he wasn't more valuable than Josh Allen. That's what he was trying to say.
So look, Clayton, I'm asking all y'all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you, because I know that most valuable thing, different people describe it different ways.
That's the thing.
Some people say who had the best season. Other people say who are more valuable, like Clayton was saying, who's more valuable to that team. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would the team do without him? Sort of. You know what I'm saying?
I blame AP.
And it seems like it changes from year to year. It seems like one year it might be whoever had the crazy stats. You know what I mean? And then like that year Mahomes won, or the year Brady won, when or Peyton Manning won 1 year, way through 55 touchdowns or something like that. So it's like, well, he the most valuable. I mean, look at his numbers.
But also look at the Colts' record when he did that.
Yeah. I think I think he might did that in Denver. But yeah, you're right though. Yeah, you gotta look at the team success as well. You know what I'm saying? I think you should factor in the team success. That's why I think Joe Burrow wasn't up there.
Was right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though them crazy numbers he put up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think he was up there, because his team, you know, didn't he make the playoffs? I think they had a losing record. I ain't sure, but you know what I mean, so it's like a lot of different things. But to me, Clayton, I know you say your head no, but it seemed like to me.
No, I'm shaking my head, yeah.
Okay. It just seemed like the how they describe it from year to year changes. And it's just a bag award now, man. I mean, they should call something else, you know, something different. Because like Saquon got offensive player of the year or whatever like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was never the best player because, see, this is what they was arguing too. Foxworthy was saying it's the best player, he the best dude. And it's not the best player because so many years the quarterback ain't the best player out there. But they constantly winning the award, to your point, Tom.
Exactly.
So it's not the best player.
And I blame the AP because the AP has just constantly kept it ambiguous, right? And they themselves said that they just, I forget where I read it, but somewhere that they describe it as the top player in the league. And it's like, what does that mean? Right. Define top player, define value. What's the MVP? Put some parameters around, give some guidance, and they don't. and so everyone comes in with their different ideas. And to your point, Tonk, it changes year to year.
Yeah.
Well, I like what Emmanuel Acho did. I'm not a fan of his at all, but I like what he did. Months ago, the discussion was going back and forth. He brought a paper on the set and he put the camera on it because he said, please define the criteria for me, because he had a vote. And on the paper, it broke down what they meant by most valuable. So he went by the letter of that paper. And the most valuable, according to how they were supposed to vote on it, was value, not top player. He even put a paper up and all the different things that they had to check off. So at least he tried to get a definition, and he went by the letter of the definition. You know? Yeah. So
if you ask 5 or 10 different voters to define MVP, you probably get 10 different answers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you probably get 10 different answers. You know
that's why he went to the AP and said, what is the criteria we looking at so I can cast my vote? He asked them, you know, and they gave him that.
I'd love to see that list.
Yeah, it's probably still on the internet, man. You go back.
I gotta find it.
For some the facility, whatever. He put the paper up there. Yeah. So it's interesting, man.
Vote. How do any of y'all know how guys get the vote on that?
I don't know how they know. I know that Dan Orlowski should be disqualified anytime he run out of bounds in the end zone. And he don't even know he out of bounds. I think that should really disqualify you right there.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
But at least they letting players have a vote instead of just sports writers. Because it used to be just sports writers.
See, and you know, if you got a grudge, you know what I'm saying? If you're a player, Mike, Jim, Clayton, and I got a grudge with one of you, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all, you know what I mean, brush me off on an interview and I ask you a question that you ain't like, so you don't talk to me. Now they expect all these guys to be unbiased and all. That's ridiculous. You heard me. You won't be biased. So I don't care what kind of year you had, Mike. I ain't voting for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what kind of year you had, Jim or Clayton. I ain't voting for y'all. You know what I mean? I'm gonna vote y'all ninth on my ballot. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
And some of that stuff do play into it. It plays into it.
It does.
Yeah. So So look. So will it work in Lamar's favor though that he didn't win? Like, will that take some of the heat off of him? The fact that he didn't win that award.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. You can't be a 3-time MVP and never even made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You can't be a 2-time one either.
Right. But 3 would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? 3 would have been crazy though, Clay. Yeah. Would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? If he won it 3 different years and he didn't make it to the Super Bowl. So Mike, the point. I think that it's almost like he breathed a sigh of relief. He'll never say it, of course. But it's almost like he breathed a sigh of relief.
How many did Elway have before he finally got over the hump?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think, but to that point, he's the exception that proves the rule.
But Elway was at least getting there.
Yeah.
See, he got there. You know what I mean? 3 times before he won it twice. So, you know what I mean? He was at least getting to the big game. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Elway only won 1 MVP.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, to your point, Mike, I think that does. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, that does. The MVPs and the success does put the pressure on you.
Yeah.
And then when you can't get over through the AFC Championship, that's just
I'll say it won't add any more onto Lamar, but I still think what's there is there to some degree. You know, it's like this whole narrative about him in the big moments in the playoffs, and that's just there. You know, that's there. But you guys are right. If he'd have got the 3rd, my goodness.
Right. Right, a 3-time MVP, man.
My
You haven't even made it. I ain't saying win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? At least get in it to play in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, that'd have been tough. That'd have been tough. Man.
Yeah.
He might be saying like, okay, you know what I mean, to himself.
Yeah.
Glad I ain't got that. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's the name deal with that pressure of having an MVP and not getting past the second round or whatever? Or, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. You know?
See, the same thing don't fall on Josh though, because Josh didn't got to the NFC Championship game several times. He even came down to the last 30-something seconds against Patrick the one time. You know,
he went blow for blow, man.
He lost in the divisional round 4 times though.
Who?
Josh. Yeah.
In the divisional round 4 times.
Look it up, Click. Look it up for me to see how far. Because the way they were saying, like he never got to an AFC title game. Like
he did.
Like check it out, Clayton. Check it out. Because the way they were saying is like he lost like 4 straight times in the divisional round.
No,
so, I know that ain't the case because he beat the.
He lost 4 times to. I think he lost 4 times in the playoffs to the Chiefs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you say, some of that pressure on Josh now. Now he gotta get in the playoffs and deliver. You know what I'm saying? He gotta get in the playoffs and deliver.
Yeah. So now this Super Bowl for Pat Mahomes, right? He can either this will be his 4th Super Bowl appearance, right?
5th.
Number 4.
It'll be his 5th appearance.
Oh, 5th appearance.
Yeah, he right now he what 3-1?
Yep.
Yeah.
3-1. And it'll be 3 straight if he won this one. It'll be 3 straight. That ain't never been done before.
5th appearance in 7 years.
Right. 7 years. That's right. That's a start. Right. That's right.
So in y'all opinion, is Patrick Mahomes approaching like Michael Jordan type dominance when it comes to like Super Bowl appearances and Super Bowl wins?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I'm just saying, Brady went to 10 and won 7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He went to 10 and won 7. So, you know what I mean? That's just crazy, man. That Tom Brady dude, man. Something. That's just crazy, man. But, you know.
See, that's what I was saying last week. That's a 70% winning record percentage in a tougher sport.
Right. But I just say, just to go to 10 Super Bowls, man, to appear in 10 Super Bowls, that is crazy, man. That's nuts, man. That's nuts.
And what, was it a 20-year career?
Yeah. Yep.
That's like every 2 years. You know what I mean? You could book him a ticket.
Exactly.
I mean, they were talking about Bradshaw being so great because he went to 4 back in the 70s.
Yeah. That's why
and even Montana, you still got the Montana fans out there, you know what I mean, with that West Coast offense and stuff. You know how they were winning, back then, and they still ain't do what Mahomes doing now. You know what I'm saying? None of them had the two teams. Well, no, the Steelers had a chance to win 3 straight, but I think one of them years they ain't make the playoffs, or they got shelled in that 3rd year. Dallas went for 3 in a row, and they lost big to San Francisco. And when the 49ers did, I think the Giants beat them when they was going for their 3rd one. I think the Giants beat them in the playoffs that year. I ain't 100% sure about that.
Now, I thought Joe Montana was a GOAT until Tom Brady won that number 7, man. I was like, this dude went to a whole nother team and did. I was like, that's just
Brady, man. That dude crazy, man. That dude just. Man, you got guys like that, man. Hey, hold up. Changing subjects, changing players, right? Y'all hear what's the name saying? He broke. He had the final chapter 11 or something.
Yeah, Antonio Brown.
I'm not surprised.
He filed bankrupt.
Yeah, sure did. He sure did.
That's not a shock.
I'm not surprised.
I know, man. You know what I'm saying? They used to show him, man, and when they would start spring practices and stuff, man, he'd come in a Rolls Royce and stuff like that, man. One time he came in a helicopter. You know what I mean? Like you say, I ain't surprised. You know what I mean? The way he behaved on the field, you know what I'm saying? You surprised it took this long for him to even foul.
That TikTok money never materialized.
And I think like when people don't realize like how money work, you know what I mean? Like as soon as you stop working, that lifestyle that you had set up for yourself, and you can't maintain that certain lifestyle because that money not coming in like that. It don't take but too long, and it just goes away. You know, if you buy a house, an expensive house, and you can't no longer, you're not making $20 million a year, that house still need to be maintained. You still need to pay taxes on it, or maybe even
every year.
Yeah,
that's if it's paid for. A lot of guys don't even pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They have a mortgage every year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So people
there's-
don't know.
There's guys out there that are getting it though. I mean, you got the Ryan Clarks of the world who have that they're still out there working hard, man.
Yeah,
and doing the podcast thing and just, they're grinding.
But see, this the thing though. When Ryan Clark and Antonio Brown could easily be the same person, right?
Yep.
And by that I mean this: Ryan Clark, he's still working, so he's in a position that's bringing in a higher income, so he can maintain that lifestyle. Whereas though
income, something, you know what I mean?
Right. Antonio Brown. Some people think that like if you make $20 million, like you can live off of that for a lifetime, and that's not the case with money. Like it's inflation every year. If you set money in a bank, or if you put money under your pillow, it still loses value every year. You know what I mean? You won't be able to keep up with inflation or anything in order to maintain that lifestyle.
Man, I'm gonna take y'all back. Years ago, Kevin Green. Y'all remember Kevin Green, defensive end? Used to play for Carolina, used to play for the Steelers. One time he got suspended for 4 games. He got suspended for 4 games, and he was saying how that was a hardship, right? And guys was like, man, it's a hardship. And I think his game checks was like $177,000. Each game check was like $177,000. That's what he was going to lose during his 4-game suspension, right? And I was like, that's crazy, man. How that putting you, you know what I mean, under the gun? And my pop he say because he's living that $177,000 game check every week. He's living that. You know what I mean? So whatever car payments, bills, like you say, mortgages, all that stuff, he's living that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Why he say, so it don't matter if you're making $177,000 a week or $800 a week. If you're living that, it's going to be a problem.
His agent still has his hand out. He don't care that you got to pay that fine. His agent still got his hand out.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
So people making.
You all know, you know what I mean? Whether you get sick or whatever, you hurt, them bills still coming. You know what I mean? Them bills still coming. You know what I'm saying? Regardless.
So they live beyond their means, and they continue to,
But why they don't think? They never think that, okay, it's going to come a day. It might not be next year, 2 years, 5 years, but it's going to come a day where this is going to stop. You know what I'm saying? Why they don't at least try to put them, I love the fact that, I think the NFL could do it too, but I love the fact that
baseball.
Everybody talk about, that Bobby Bonilla thing. Like, man, I'm going to put this up so y'all don't even start paying me till 5 years after I retire. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna see this money till 5 years after I retire. Then I get $1 million a year for 25 years or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was. I get $1 million a year. So even if I mess up everything I ever earned up to this point, I know I got, as long as I keep myself in good health and I'm still alive, you know what I mean? I still got this $1 million coming every July 1st or whatever the case may be, man. And I don't know why a lot of other athletes don't do that. I really don't. Did
you guys watch that? It was years and years and years ago. Did you watch that 30 for 30 called Broke?
Yes, sir.
No.
Man, that story about Bernie Kosar.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
no,
dude.
That
Dude made so much money and had nothing.
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't Bernie Kosar had like car dealerships and everything?
Man, he had car dealerships, man. He had
real estate.
Real estate. He had all that, man.
Yeah, he had an entourage and friends and family.
He had a gambling problem too, didn't he? Did he have a gambling problem?
Yeah. All the things you're not supposed to do, he did.
Right.
Yeah. He checked all the boxes.
You're right. I got a quick story for y'all. Lamar Odom said he was at a club one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had he's sitting at the table with a bottle that got that Ace of Spade on it. I don't know what it's called, but it's that bottle that got that Ace of Spade on it, right? That champagne bottle.
That's what it's called.
Okay. Yeah. And he got one. Right? He said a guy at another table held up 4 of them. And Lamar, boy, look at this how we do over here, man. You know what I mean? Whatever. Just said, look at you, boy. You only got one, boy. We got 4 over here. Lamar Odom said he ordered 100 of them.
Ooh.
They were $1,000 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He ordered 100 of them on the spot. They brought them with like a dolly.
Yeah.
You know, they brought them and start stacking them up around the table, right? Then he leaving. They had to help him take him out to his truck and stack him up in his truck for him. You just dropped $100,000 to impress a dude you don't even know.
Yeah.
The dude don't even know. Man, I'd have held up a Deer Park water bottle and said, yeah, man, you know what I mean? You gotta do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You spend $100,000 like that to impress somebody you don't even know, man. That's crazy, man.
See, them guys get to that level because they ultra competitive. And to be ultra competitive, you're very egotistical in nature. So all that was just a pissing contest.
Yeah.
You know, but that feeds that ego. And now you know, because this guy did that, you're gonna it's crazy. It doesn't make sense. But man, that ego is a mother. You know, it's a mother.
Yeah, it is.
It's a mother, man.
That is.
Especially when you're young.
Yeah.
And you've been drinking already, because you know alcohol really lights the fire to that ego.
Right.
Yeah, I would order me from Sunny Delight.
I hear you, man.
That's crazy. $1,000 a bottle.
Man.
Hey, check this out. I wouldn't even have been in no section with no cat like that. Like I would have been somewhere really exclusive where people ain't even behaving like that. You know?
He's Lamar Odom. Everybody know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Why you gotta prove something to him?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And them guys be coming for you, man. You come in the club and stuff, their ego's going crazy. They ain't trying to, you know, who is he? Who are you? You ain't bigger than me. You know, all this kind of stuff, man. That stuff crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It is.
So now they don't have like no injuries. Everybody playing tomorrow, right? For the Eagles and the
No, somebody hurt on the Eagles. Somebody's hurt. I saw on the Eagles.
He has started, Clayton. He has started.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna check, but
man, me and Kimmy was in the market, man. That thing a madhouse, man. That thing is a madhouse, boy.
Oh, because of the storm coming up?
I think it's that and because of the game.
Oh, right.
You know, people that buying all kinds of party stuff for the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
I see that Britton Covey, wide receiver, has been ruled out.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
And they've listed Brandon Graham, the defensive end Brandon Graham, tight end CJ Uzuma, and offensive line Nick Gates. Questionable.
Questionable.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well. All right, Mike, go for it.
Yeah, man. So who y'all liking for tomorrow? Now I'm thinking with that offensive line, I don't think they're gonna be able to I don't think the Chiefs gonna be able to three-peat. Had to deal with that offensive line. I think that the Eagles gonna be able to keep Patrick Mahomes and their offense off that field for significant amounts of time. with that offensive line.
That would be one of my main objectives, to keep that dude on the sideline as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do damage. The thing about it, they say, I didn't know this, maybe you guys did, that Philly had the #1 pass defense in the NFL. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that, but sometimes that stuff could be misleading a little bit, because Jaden Daniels lit him up in that game.
Right.
Yeah, he lit him up. It was another game they had where the quarterback, had a pretty decent game against them. So sometimes that I throw that stuff out the window, man. It's about matchups, man. You know what I'm saying? Schemes and matchups, things like that.
Yeah.
I kind of throw that stuff out the window.
When you look at it like that, those schemes and matchups, then you got to give the advantage to Andy Reid, right?
Andy and Spags.
The Las Vegas opened the line at 1.5.
Yep.
The line has not moved.
Nope.
Chiefs by 1.5.
Yep.
Damn, that's what they opened with, and it stayed the whole time.
I expected it to move because of all that talk, and it has stuck.
Yeah. Pay attention to
both sides. Then that means you getting money on both sides of that. A lot of times that determines the line too. Like where Clayton can speak to that more than I could. He know a lot about that stuff. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, where the money going, sometimes that affect the line too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That 1.5 line got the betting kind of balance. It might be 60% people taking the points in Philly, but Jim, pay attention to the point total. The point total opened up at 46.5. The public was betting the over, so they moved it up even more to 48. And the public is still betting the over. So I'm anticipating a lower scoring game.
Okay.
That's what I'm anticipating.
So you would take the under. I said you would take the under.
At this point, I would take the under. Yep.
So where's the point? What's the over for the points again?
So it opened up at 46.5, and now it's at 48.5.
Okay.
So that's like, if you just take both teams, they both landed on 24, that's 48. So I'm measuring it around like that. And I would take the under because that didn't move the money at all. People still taking the over. So
people think it's going to be like a high scoring game.
Yeah. So I'm anticipating the other thing, but yeah, you're right about Philly got the #1 overall D for the whole season. You're right about guys eating them up, because one of the main keys for Kansas City is Travis Kelce. If you look at what Washington did with Zach Ertz, he ate Philly up. Even though they lost, he ate Philly up, the tight end for Washington.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking at that like, what can Travis Kelce do? But more importantly, I'm giving the edge to Kansas City because of what we talked about just now, the coaching. Like, I just think Spags is going to find a way to contain Saquon. And I believe what Philly wants to do, keep Patrick off the field. I think Andy Reid and them are going to come up with a game plan to dink and dunk to keep Saquon off the field. And I'm just giving the edge to the Chiefs because of coaching.
Yeah.
Philly got the best team, but coaching.
Speaking of coaching, the Philly coach, right? If he pull off this upset, right? And that's 2 Super Bowl appearances and 1 win, right?
Yeah.
Where would you put him in the league, like, as far as like coaches? Like, is he top 5? Is he top 10? Where would y'all put him, like, in the league? Like, with other coaches, you know what I'm saying? Where would y'all list him?
I wouldn't jump them automatically in the top 5 because Philly is loaded. You know what I'm saying? They so loaded,
But but he parted like, the part of this is, he drafted, he bringing these guys in, though. They acquiring these guys under his
but the GM is.
Right, yeah. But
remember, Philly won a Super Bowl years ago and he wasn't the coach.
Right, that's true.
That organization do a good job of stacking that team with talent,
They do.
Okay,
if he made 2 appearances in 4 seasons? 2 appearances in 4 seasons, and he get a win out of it. I think you put him in top 10. I think you put him in top 10 coaches in the league.
I can see that. Yeah.
Clayton, you gotta give him some credit, Clayton. You gotta give him some credit.
I'm not taking no credit away, but I'm just saying I like to see him go through some adversity. So, like in this day and age with the salary cap and everything else, and you lose players and you got to retool, and now you got coaches that go through that and they still maintain their relevance. They're still competitive. They compete at a high level. To me, that's great coaching because you're getting different talent in, and you gotta. So I like to see him go through some stuff a little bit.
Let me ask you this then, Clayton. So, looking at what he has done in a short amount of time, like when you compare him to Harbaugh and what's the and the guy Tomlin in Pittsburgh, like, so he's not in that class with them.
He's not in the class with Tomlin at all.
You don't think so?
Not at all. No.
Give it.
Not at all.
He's got work to do.
No.
But
Not at all.
So too, Jim.
Coach T, my man. Coach T, my man. I ain't gonna put him with Coach T.
Not at all. No.
Yeah.
But I think he top 10 though. If he was to get this win, then knock off KC, stop their dynasty. You understand? Stop them from three-peating.
Here you go.
You understand?
I'm not putting him over Jim Harbaugh in LA. I'm not putting him over Andy Reid. I'm not putting him over Mike Tomlin. I'm not putting him over Sean McVay. I'm not putting him over
What about Shanahan?
I'm not putting him over some other
I might
coaches.
put him over Shanahan.
Huh?
I might put him over Shanahan. I might.
Shanahan had lost Super Bowls. You know, I know they didn't win it.
Yeah, he got that twice. Yeah.
Yeah,
He got that
3
twice.
times, wasn't it?
I think the other time was as a coordinator.
Okay, and then he got there with Jimmy Garoppolo. Come on, man.
Yep.
Come on, man. Yeah, I can't. And let me think of some other coaches out there, man. That's solid.
So the Harbaugh that's in San Diego. Well, you know the Harbaugh's with the Chargers or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think the year he had with them? Would you mark that as like not a success, but like trending in the right direction?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. I think so.
I think this is me, and I know I'm a minority, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Justin Herbert, I ain't really a big fan, but Jim said something earlier, high risk, high reward type thing. He's that type of quarterback. He kind of put a saddle on him where the mistakes was way down, way down, right?
Yeah.
He didn't get that explosive play out of him at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Almost addition by subtraction, so to speak, because he didn't want him throwing the ball a lot. You know, that's our Harbaugh coach anyway. He ain't want him throwing it a lot. But by him doing that, he took away some of the things he did well. How y'all look at that? How y'all look at that?
See, I think the running game derailed LA. They would have been much better. They took major injury, like J.K. Dobbins got hurt again this year. You know, stuff like when they came out the gate, they was hitting it hard. Jim's calling card is defense and running the football and then having the quarterback play action. So I wouldn't say he didn't get the most out of Herbert. I think this is how you get the most out of Herbert, having him protect the ball, using his big arms and play action and stuff like that. So I just think the running game got derailed a little bit this year. Yeah. But look, speaking of the Philly coach, one other reason why I'm not putting him up there, because you could say last year was a major epic fail. They majorly underachieved and they had a great roster. And going into this season, this guy showed up in the Super Bowl, lost on the last possession, but yeah, he was on a hot seat. So how can I put him in the top 5? He was on a hot seat. And to be honest with you, Saquon. Say that again.
They like fell on their face last year.
Yeah. And Saquon turned that franchise around. I give the credit to the GM, man, and the brass. They brought Saquon in. That changed everything.
Definitely. And I don't even like, what's his name? Sirianni. I don't even really necessarily a fan of his. I just say, you know what I mean, whatever changes he made from last year to this year, you know what I'm saying, shouldn't go unnoticed. That's all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I give him some love. You know, I give him some love. I don't think but you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him top 5. I wouldn't put him
top 5 at all. Yeah. Yeah.
The guy in Philadelphia who needs more. He gets a lot of love, but needs more love is that Jeff Stoutland.
Okay.
O-line coach. Because that O-line has been elite for 5-6 years.
Yes.
Even longer.
Yeah.
That guy is just built a machine in there.
And
he lost his anchor. He lost Jason Kelce to retirement.
That's right.
And didn't miss a beat.
And put Cam Jurgensen in and is playing at the same level.
The same level. Yeah. So until the Chiefs lose, I gotta go with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I still think it's gonna come down to Chris Jones, Jalen Carter, whichever one of them have the bigger impact. But I think with Spags designing things and moving Chris Jones around, I think he's gonna have an impact on the game. And going into this postseason so far, Jalen Hurts been sacked 11 times so far in the postseason. And now you're going against Spags, somebody that dials up blitzes, disguises. And I think they're going to get to him, somehow. I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm pulling. Listen, I'm pulling for Saquon. Like I want to see Saquon get this. But I got to go with the Chiefs.
Well, I mean, you blitz Jalen. See, sometimes, man, you got to pick your spots. You got to pick your spots. That's what he did with Josh Allen. He picked the spots to blitz him and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do with Jalen too, because Jalen is still a threat with his legs.
Yes.
Just like Josh Allen.
Yes.
Then he got them two receivers on the edge, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them paired up one-on-one a lot. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them paired up one-on-one a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because that dude Brown, man, on one-on-one, I like his chances. He's big, he's strong. You know what I'm saying? So you got him one-on-one out there. I like that. So you got to pick your spots.
Yeah, but you still got McDuffie on the other side.
Right. That's right.
I mean, and that'll be a fun thing to watch.
Right.
I think there's so many storylines here that it's going to be fun to watch, and I think it's going to be
within the game. You know what I'm saying? So many games within the game.
Yeah. And that's to Clayton's point, man. If there's a team that knows how to play situational football, the Chiefs have seen it all.
They're the best at it. They probably the best at it. Yeah, they probably the best at it.
And last week I put in the text, right? I put in the group chat when we was watching the week before last, Washington and Philly. Now, that first time he had AJ on the outside. I'm like, if he's leaving, you got to throw that. Jalen Hurts is prone to hold on to that ball a little bit and second guess that, not just let it go. So if you can speed him up, now he gets a little indecisive.
He does that too much.
Yeah.
Like you said, they one-on-one out there, and
you gotta let it go.
Yeah, he'll swallow it. And see, that's what I'm about to say to you, Clayton. When you say he's been sacked a lot, some of it that's him holding on to that instead of getting it out of there.
Yeah. So I'm pulling for Saquon though, man. You guys have no idea I'm pulling for this kid, man. But,
such a great story.
Man.
Hey, does that Giants GM still have his job?
The Giants GM?
Yeah, he still has his job. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know, man. But it'd be nice to know if he's still employed or not, man. Because I'm saying, to mess up at your job, you know what I'm saying, like that. To mess up at your job like that, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, hey, let me ask y'all, because I heard something about
he's
Myles Garrett, right? And Panama Queen brought him up and asked that we speak about Myles Garrett, which I'm glad she reminded me. Like, what was the situation with Myles Garrett? He requested a trade. I know that, right?
Yeah, he want to win.
Yeah.
He want to play for a contender. He done spent all them years in Cleveland, waiting the organization out, being a loyal Brown, going through all the changes. And right now, the way the franchise is in disarray at the quarterback position, he's saying, look, just let me free. I just want to go and play for a contender. This whole idea from Cleveland to Canton, that ain't on his mind like that. He wants to go play for a championship. So he's just asking them to let me out.
I'm going to tell you one thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a bunch of takers. We're gonna have a bunch of takers, bro.
I don't know, because that price gonna be so high for him. You know what team's gonna have to give up for him? Cleveland don't even want to let him go. Yeah.
He's talked about wanting to trade, but what he wants is a trade to a contender.
To a contender.
To a contender.
Not just anyone.
He's not getting any younger. He's towards the top of his game,
right?
And he wants a championship.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to get the money. He's already under contract, right? Yeah.
Yep. And he is a difference maker. He is a difference maker.
No doubt.
Defense, he's a difference maker.
And here's the scary thing, because he'd go to the Chiefs in a minute, and they got cap room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be scary for him to be sitting over there on that defense.
So Kansas City can trade for him and give him an extension.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They can trade for him and give him an extension. Yeah.
I have no idea how likely that is, because I'd love to see him in Minnesota, but I don't think we got the cap room.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So he got 2 years remaining on his contract. And in 2025, 19 million go against the cap. And then 2026, 20 million go against the cap. So you got to have a team that can take that cap hit, that can pick up that contract.
I'm gonna ask all three of y'all this. You the Cowboys, would you trade Micah for him straight up?
No, I would want him to play with Micah.
I'll trade him in a heartbeat, Clay. I'll trade him in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I would want him to play with Micah.
Yeah, but that's not on the table. Let's just say one for one.
Yeah.
1 for 1. Would you make that trade? Me too.
I would. Yeah, I would.
Me too.
I would. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me too. Yeah, I'm making that for sure.
Yeah.
I'm making that for sure.
Yeah. So we're gonna see if they let him go and who can get him. They were talking Philly. They think, but I'm gonna tell you where I would love to see him go.
To what? To the Ravens?
No. To the Redskins, man. To the Commanders.
Oh, to the Commanders?
Yes.
Ooh, that'd be sick.
Yeah. That's a
yes.
good
Love to see that.
That's a piece they're missing.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, because their secondary over there in DC is solid. You know, I think, and then have him up front. That will even make their secondary even better, because he already is a disruptor. Right. You know,
exactly. So you get that push. Yeah, you're right. Make a secondary better. Yeah.
And there ain't no need for him to come to Baltimore, Mike, because they ain't gonna do nothing but waste it. They wasting all this talent they got. They wasted it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, last year you was the best team in the league, bro. You held Kansas City to 17 points. I think in the second half they didn't score, did they?
Second half they didn't score.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You wasting that. And then you can say what you want, man. 2-point conversion. You keep shortening the field. You want to run it all to the corner of the field, run that play. Yeah, he dropped there. I get it. But you got so many things you can do in that situation, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. No, I don't want him to go to Baltimore. Baltimore don't do. Look, John Harbaugh don't deserve it. You hear me?
Right. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that.
And I love my city. Baltimore, I love my city. But them damn Ravens, John Harbaugh, they don't deserve it, man. It's that simple.
Yeah.
No. They almost wasted Ray Lewis and them that defense for all them years. They should have had more championships than that. Messing around with that quarterback position.
Yep.
Well,
they ain't solidified until they got Joe.
Who was the guy that was there before Harbaugh though? That was
Brian Billick.
Yeah.
Hell of a play caller, hell of a coach. But that messing around with that quarterback position, man, that was crazy.
That's what got him fired too, though.
I think that genius title. I think he started it. Now I don't know. My memory fails.
Yeah, they gave him that title. He was an offensive guru, genius, all that.
He was coming out of
got that in Minnesota.
Yeah. But when he left and ended up in Baltimore, we really knew who was the offensive guru up there in Minnesota. Well, that was Denny Green. That wasn't him.
Denny Green.
Well, no, I gotta give him some credit. I'm gonna give him some credit because he come up out of the Bill Walsh tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give him some credit because Kavanaugh was calling the plays, and they really didn't have a great quarterback, with Trent Dilfer, Tony Banks stuff. But when he fired Kavanaugh, when they had Steve McNair, he fired him. Billick took over the play call, and Baltimore went 13-3. Their offense was scoring, and I got to give Billick some credit. He can call an offense, but he wasn't calling it early.
What was the dude that was his son-in-law that was dating his daughter? What quarterback was
that?
You
talking about Kyle Bowler?
Kyle Bowler.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. He fell in love with his arm. Yeah. But that dude was like had a deer in the headlights, man. So yeah, man, I like to see Miles go to DC.
Send him down Houston to Texas.
Or the Texans, but I really like to see them build around Jaden Daniels. Get him a bona fide, get him some defense, and get him the running back pretty good in DC, but I like to see them get a solid running game. It's a wrap.
This is the thing about NFL. Okay. DC would try to win it while Jaden Daniels is still on his
rookie contract. Yes.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna cash in, and that's going to stop you from, getting the pieces around him. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're paying him a bunch of bread. Yeah. That's it, man.
They could have did it with Lamar. 2019. He was still on his rookie deal.
Yep.
Best record in the league. Home field advantage. Lose the first game at home to Tennessee.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would have been a game where I'd have went back to Lamar's rookie year and just had him hike the ball and run. Hike the ball and run. That's what I would have did that year. Hike it and run. Because that's how they got to the playoffs his rookie year. He come in for Joe, and all they did was run the ball. I'd have did that, man. Tell me.
I think Henry had a little bit to do with that game.
What against Tennessee?
Yeah.
But to be honest, Lamar was throwing all them interceptions in that game. They had him out there passing. He was throwing picks. I mean, Henry, but
that game was here too. That game was in
Baltimore. Yeah. Wow. What year was that? 19, right?
I think it was 19. I ain't sure. I think it was 19. 19 or I think it was 19. No, that was his MVP year?
Yeah.
MVP in 19.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I want to see what Derrick Henry did in that game.
Derrick Henry, right?
Huh?
Derrick Henry at this level, at the level we see him at this year, right?
30 carries, 195 yards.
Yeah, he did that game?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, hey Jim. Yeah, he has something to say about it.
Ain't no question.
My goodness.
He did a lot of talking that game. God damn.
You ain't lying.
Wow.
You ain't lying.
Sorry, man. That's 6 yards.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. They had nothing for him.
That's crazy. Yeah, they had nothing for that.
Yeah,
but them 2 interceptions Lamar threw ain't help either, though.
They never do. You know them
Lamar had 143 rushing yards.
Huh?
Lamar had 143 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's not the game he had over 500 yards total offense, is it? Lamar?
365 passing yards, 143 rushing yards.
That was it. That was the game.
Yards total offense that game.
But that's a little skewed, though. That's a little skewed, You know what I mean? That was like he was getting yardage, but in garbage time and trying to play catch up, stuff like that. Yeah.
They were down.
They was down big.
They were down big.
Yeah. But I'm waiting for y'all predictions on the Super Bowl, man.
Hey,
I'm hanging in there for.
I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles because of that running game and
The running game.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do y'all know? I like the Eagles too, for the record. But do y'all know, man, that Philadelphia defensive line, like all them played like damn near in the SEC, Alabama, Georgia, like all them guys, man. Yeah, really, them Philly guys, all them guys, played like an Alabama and Georgia, and they got them like in the last 5 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the last 5 years, all them guys, some of them was teammates in college and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Who you like, Jim?
I said it last week. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs. I give them the edge in a close match. The one score game. I go with the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Any close game, you gotta get an edge to Kansas.
Right, yeah. Close game, you gotta.
A lot of people saying for Philly to win, it's gonna have to be like a shootout, like a blowout, like Philly gonna have to run away and hide for them to win the game. You know what I'm saying? They say anything close, nah, they ain't got a chance. Close game,
I respect the narrative that the Chiefs line is not elite, and the thing about that is I believe that Nagy and Reed had learned their lessons from the Tampa Bay loss.
The Super Bowl loss?
Yep.
Okay.
So I think they're cooking up ways to get it done.
Yeah, to get that ball out of his hand quick.
Yep.
Yeah,
because of it.
Andy Reid. I wouldn't bet against Andy Reid.
Yeah.
I'm saying when it coming up with a scheme, coming up with a play, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't bet against Andy Reid. And people fail to realize that Patrick was under constant pressure that game. That Tampa loss. He was under constant pressure. Yeah.
Hey, and under duress, he threw that ball in the end zone. Ball hit Tyreek right in the face, Matt.
Yeah.
He touched that ball. It's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, the Superman throw, man, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah. What's the name, man? You know, because they were showing, NFL Network was showing, like the previous Kansas City Super Bowls and stuff. They were showing it, and I caught a little bit of that Tampa Bay game and stuff. Not much, but I was like, damn, they was on him the whole game. It's like he's running for his life the whole game. Like,
yeah.
Man, this is what I hope. This is what I hope, man. I hope the officials, man, don't play a part in determining this game. Yeah. I swear, man. I know that's easier said than done. I just hope they don't play a part in determining the outcome of this game. Man.
Yeah. I just know that the Chiefs, however they do it, that they don't seem to get more or less penalties against them, but they get the penalties at key moments. And some of that, I've said it before, some of that is just the players being super smart about you can call it a dive or you can call it whatever. They just got high IQs on the rules and put themselves in positions to get the calls.
The moment is never too big where they lose their sense of awareness and their game awareness. Yeah. They're very aware of the game and the situation they're in. And for a guy,
hey, bro, that's very articulate, bro. I like that.
That's what it is, baby. That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's shit right there. I like that. That's good shit, bro. I like that.
So Clayton, you said the Chiefs also?
Yeah, I gotta go with the Chiefs until they lose. I can't. Situations like this, man, the moment will not be too big for them at all. I don't think the moment is going to be too big.
I believe that.
We've seen this story before. We've seen this movie.
Yeah. They win the games they supposed to win, man. And that's the thing you can say about a team, man. You win when you're supposed to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You win when you're supposed to. That's pressure in itself, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? That's pressure in itself. Answering the bell when you know what I'm saying, when you're called on time and time again. Gotta give them credit for that.
And I think for Kansas City, even though they're on the doorstep of history, This is just another game for them. Like, they've been in this stuff so much. This is no magnitude like Super Bowl, because this is where they live at.
Yeah,
Where Philly,
I agree with that. They're aware of the, you know what I mean?
They stay there.
Aware of it, but I don't think they, you know what I'm saying, getting crushed by the pressure or not like that.
And everybody think they have more pressure because they're going for the three-peat than Philly do, but Philly has more pressure. They absolutely do.
Why you say that though? Why you think Philly had more pressure?
Because first of all, Jalen, the conversation around him, right? Then the coach, the conversation around him. You know what I'm saying? They just got there and lost with a fumble, with Jalen Hurts fumbling, the guy scoop and score. All this is mounted pressure on them, and now they got to try to exercise those demons.
Yeah.
That's pressure.
That all that you make pretty good points, but I say the most pressure I think is on KC. I think.
I disagree, man.
Yeah, Jim, you disagree.
Patrick has his Amazon packages delivered to the Super Bowl second week of February every year.
What?
Yes.
I say because you're the favorite going in. If you lose to a team that a lot of people think you shouldn't lose to,
no,
I think the pressure is on now. Now I ain't gonna say it's significantly more.
Yeah.
Both teams have pressure on them, but I just think the historical thing we just spoke on, you know, me being the first team to do the three-peat, things like that, solidifying Mahomes in that GOAT conversation, doing something that Tom Brady didn't do. You know what I'm saying? I think all that adds to it. Now I don't think it's to the point where they would crumble under it or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, out of the two teams, no one is expecting Philly to win. You know
that's not true.
You don't think so?
No, that's not true. They're not saying that this is a team they shouldn't lose. No, a lot of people believe Philly is the best team in football, and this is going to be the hardest Super Bowl for the Chiefs to win because of the O-line, because of Saquon, because of the D. No, not at all. But I don't think, even though we talk about him not doing what Brady did, right? If he don't accomplish this, the Chiefs are not under pressure because they already got 3 Super Bowls. You understand? They are a dynasty. However way you want to spin it, they are a dynasty. So if they lose, to me, they playing with house money.
See, I was about to say that about Philly. I was just about to say.
No, Philly not.
House money. You know what I'm saying?
Philly not.
What do you think, Mike?
I think more pressure's on the Chiefs too because of the historical significance that come with this three-peat and everything. Then on top of that, I think what Kansas City is thinking about, they played a lot of tight games this year, so they got to be wondering when is our luck going to run out? You know what I mean? Like, is that going to catch up with us? I think a lot of pressure is on Kansas City.
And Andy Reid too. The go down is, a lot of people saying he's the greatest coach ever. With a win, you know what I'm saying? He's in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the greatest coach ever. Him and Belichick and Vincent Lombardi. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think a lot of that is on the line with this game. A lot of that is on the line with this game. If you ask me, my humble opinion, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of it is on the line with this game.
I see that narrative, and I just don't I just don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. I think if they lose the game, if the Chiefs lose the game, is there any tarnish on them?
Nope.
None. Zero. Nope. They have so overachieved expectations. And if the Eagles lose, man, they have much more to lose.
Yeah.
Andy Reid falls to 2-2 in Super Bowls. You know what I mean? That talk about him being the greatest coach ever, I think that stops. You know what I'm saying? He fall the 2-2.
He's got 3.
He's got 3.
He got 3. All right, so he'll be 3-2 in Super Bowls. And
man,
Well, if you go back,
we'll see how it ends up, right? Because we'll judge all of this, and we've had the opinions about the GOAT, but at the end of the career, we'll look back and make all those judgments. And at this point, when you've been to 5 Super Bowls in 7 years,
yes,
and you got a winning record in those Super Bowls, then it's like, oh shoot, man, I would have loved to have
done that
2024 season Super Bowl, but
I would have loved to do it, but shit, we still what we are. You know, that's crazy.
We're still up there.
Now that's true 20 years from now, but I'm talking about tomorrow. I just think
nobody's
you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? You can look at it from both ways. You can look at it from both ways. You know what I'm saying? That's all, you know
and Kansas City is great at compartmentalizing things, like, you know what I mean? And I just think, I don't even think that is in the psyche.
Yeah.
I think it's like, this is another football game, and they know how to play in these moments, and it's just, we're going to do what we need to do. The focus is just winning the game. Yeah. I don't think they're putting the historical context as much in their thought process.
They got the schedule down. They've done this so many times. They know exactly what to expect. They know exactly what Super Bowl week is going to feel like. They had the offense and defense installed last week.
Yeah.
And they're just patiently waiting for the game to show up.
Yeah. Jim, you said something about somebody getting the Amazon package. Who you think got an Amazon package? I ain't hear the name. Who you say got Amazon?
I was just saying Patrick Mahomes has his mail and his Amazon delivery.
I got you. I hear the name.
He knows where he's going to be the second week of February.
That's his residence.
Away from home.
Hey man, it's his career. That's true. I mean, since he's been playing, it's true. It's absolutely true. Can't take that from him. You know what I'm saying? Can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
And y'all watch out for D-Hop tomorrow.
Yeah, I forgot all about
watch out for DeAndre Hopkins. Watch out for him.
I forgot all about him, man. Damn.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. I forgot about him too.
That's crazy, man. Hey, he's starting on the other side, or he played the slot.
He could probably be in the slot.
No. I think they put Worthy in the slot, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. Worthy's in the slot. But watch out for D-Hop, man. He's been waiting for this his whole career.
That's the best place to put that boy Worthy. Too. You get free release. Yeah, he passes on him. Yeah. He get free release. Yeah, he run crazy. Yeah. Damn, I forgot about my man D-Hop, man. You gotta get a couple catches, man. That's my man. You gotta get a couple catches, man. No touchdowns though. I don't want him to score.
I mean,
I don't want to score, but man.
You got Worthy, you got D-Hop,
you
got Hollywood Brown.
It's another one though, ain't it? And there's another one.
Well, and I mean, you got Watson, that huge wide receiver. And obviously you got
about Hollywood. I was thinking about somebody else though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got Rice is still out. Is out for the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They loaded up on experience and talent.
Yep.
They got the weapons.
Yeah, they definitely got the weapons. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think is that about it, fellas? Everybody put their we're gonna be back to it tomorrow, so maybe something else might come up. Well, we might think of something else.
I'm gonna miss y'all tomorrow, man. I'll be out there on that horse tomorrow. I'll be off in time to see the game though.
All right,
I'll be off in time to see the game. Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll stay awake and be able to see the game.
What's the kickoff time for tomorrow? Like 6:30?
Like 6:30.
6:30. Yeah.
Okay.
All this week, man, I've been.
And then the halftime will be an hour. You know what I'm saying? Halftime will be an hour. You know what I mean?
Who performing at the halftime show? Y'all know?
Kendrick, baby. K-Dot.
Yeah.
Who you say, Clay?
K-Dot, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They not like us. Yeah.
I didn't even know. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me either.
All
I
right.
didn't know, you know.
We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll make our predictions of who shows up with Kendrick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who's gonna bring out?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it won't be Wayne. Wayne said he gone. He ought to. He ain't. Yeah. So.
And you know it won't
Wayne
be Drake.
upset. Huh?
You know it won't be Drake.
It certainly won't be Drake. It would be crazy if it was Drake, though.
Yeah,
Imagine what that'd do.
Why Wayne upset? Because they ain't asked him?
Yeah, because it's in New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah. He felt slighted by that. Yeah.
Okay. I
So
got it.
Wayne said, I'm not even sure. You know, he congratulated him, but he felt away.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
And Kendrick put it in the song. He said, something about I thought I was making Wayne proud, but I let him down or something. He said, they be throwing them little subliminals in them records.
All the time, man.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm here for it. This recent when I was here, everything Kendrick dropped, I was here for that. That little kid, a unicorn, he went crazy. And that album he dropped is great. What's it called?
I'm gonna try to tune in tomorrow, man. See if I see while I'm out there on one of them layovers, man. I'm gonna try to tune in and see what y'all talking about, man.
Yeah.
Maybe leave a comment or something. Mess with like I do, you know what I mean? Mess with
he got Drake trying to sue his record label and all other kinds of stuff.
I saw that. I'm like, man, what's that? Yeah.
He broke him down psychologically. Man. That was serious, man.
That's crazy.
And then look, on the Grammys, that's the song they playing.
Really?
When he won all them Grammys, and then the part they said was, if he hit a chord, it'll probably be A minor. You know, they said he did them with underage girls. He said A minor, and the whole crowd is singing this, man.
Oh wow!
Crazy.
Yeah.
And Drake said, "I'm gonna sue the damn executives around his mouth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sue the executives around his mouth."
Man.
All right, man. Well, I'll talk to y'all later, man.
Yep, that's a good one, man. Yeah, I see y'all, man.
I'll see y'all. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow at
all right, man. It's almost time. Yep, y'all be good.
Make sure y'all charge y'all phones up.
Yes,
I'm about to die.
Yeah. Well, I done found a spot. I keep mine plugged in now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
While we doing this, yeah, that's what's up, though. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, man.
Salute, gentlemen.
Take it easy.
All right.
I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, man. I just want to thank everybody who tuned in. Panama Queen, Jim, everybody who tuned into the chat. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will check y'all out. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for our pre-Super Bowl predictions. And that's it. Appreciate y'all, and we'll check y'all out tomorrow. Thanks a lot.